Right.
Those are visible, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah.
Right, ma'am.
Yes. So one more thing, let me ask you, is the slide okay, I mean, it's like on the entire screen, or you can still see the other side panel of the slides also?
No, madam.
Entire
Entire screen.
screen.
Entire
No, ma'am.
screen.
Entire screen.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. So here we will start with organs of speech and what are the various organs involved in terms of speech. Then again, what are all the, I mean, we're going to talk a bit about the phonetics also here. Okay. Why? Because phonetics are nothing but they are the basic blocks of our language, isn't it? Basic elements of our speech and words. In fact, they are the speech sounds. So phonetics first, then then we have the classification of sounds such as consonants, unit 2. Then we have unit 3, classification of sounds, vowels. Then we have word accent in English. That is, after all this, like the phonology and the phonetics, the consonants and the vowels, how is the word being accented? What exactly do you mean by an accent in a word? Then comes the intonation, that is the tone of a speaker. So these are the various concepts we are going to learn in this block 2, which is, again related to the sounds of English. Clear? So, right. So this is what we are going to talk about: organs of speech, classification of sounds, consonants, and of vowels and word accent and intonation in English. Right. Now, to learn a language, one must learn sound production, isn't it? Any language for that matter, human language. Okay. Now you must also learn phonology. Now, many sounds in other languages will not be the same as those in your native language. We all agree to it, isn't it? Now, what is phonology? You remember in my previous class, somebody was asking the difference between phonology and phonetics. Yes, the study of sounds in a language, and it focuses on two differences. One is the phonetics and the phonemics. Okay. So what is phonetics? Which identifies and describes language sounds, and phonemics analyzes the way sounds are arranged in a language. Together it is called, whether it is phonetics or phonology, they are the branches of linguistics. Okay. Please remember. But basically, by and large, we'll be looking at phonetics and how these, the speech sounds are given symbols to it, how they have made into a kind of a transcription to it, how did they transcribe, and then how are they arranged in a word, how the sound pattern, these speech sounds are arranged in a word. Right. Now, basically, now, before we go into this, let me just give you a small thing. Now, how is sound produced? Basic idea. Anyone has an idea? How is the sound produced?
From the lungs to the
Okay, very good. Okay,
nasal cavity.
very good, very good. Okay, vaguely, but somewhat very closely, you've given the answer, right? The sounds, because of the vocal cords, its vibration, sound is produced, and it is similar to, a musical instrument, isn't it? Same thing. What happens is, you kind of, for example, one musical instrument, say guitar, okay, where it is stringed instrument. What do? You kind of, you hit the strings, and then there is a hollow kind of a case in a guitar, and which makes a sound. It resonates. There's a resonance of sound from the box, isn't it? When these strings vibrate, and when it is vibrating, don't you try to, kind of hit the strings according to the note of that music? I mean, don't you try to, kind of stress it? Don't you try to press the strings? Yeah, hit the strings according to the note. Similarly, the sounds of the human being also, when they are produced, especially when breathing out, you know, accordingly we change the pattern of our oral cavity. Okay, Like for example, another flute you see. Now, when you are blowing air into the flute, can you get any music? No, unless and until, you know, there should be a rhythmic music unless and until you keep stopping that music at certain points of the flute. You know what a flute is? Yes? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, flute.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
bamboo hollow.
Bansuri, bansuri.
Yes, exactly. Now, when you blow air into it without actually stopping the air anywhere, it will never make any sort of sound. Okay? And unless and until as you are blowing air into it, you keep stopping those holes on the flute, then there is a kind of a music. So also similarly, a human being also, every day, the human being actually, there's a respiration taking place in human being. Okay? In and out. The air we breathe in and air we breathe out. But do you know, when we breathe out our air, when you really have to speak, we stop the flow of air at a certain points to emit a sort of sound, isn't it? Otherwise, what happens? If just the air is breathed out, you breathe out the air without actually making any sounds, it will be just a normal respiration. How is that? That human being, every time he's breathing and breathing out, there is no sound at all. Only when the person has to talk, when there is a speech mechanism, then the air which is breathed out, okay, when it is being breathed out slowly and gradually, there are these organs in the mouth trying to stop it at certain points according to the sounds of the speech. Okay? You got my point? Am I clear? So what are various organs which are involved in the speech? Can somebody please tell me?
Pharynx, madam. Pharynx.
Very good. Very
And,
good. Larynx is the vocal
larynx.
cord. The main thing you are not telling, vocal cords.
Vocal cords.
Because of the vocal cord only, we are able to produce a kind of a sound, isn't it?
Tongue,
Because they vibrate. Yes, very good. Tongue. Yes, it articulates, right? Tongue and the teeth and the nasal cavity. And there is a, the epiglottis. So many things, though it is not exactly meant for speech, but those are the organs of the mouth, oral cavity, which is, which helps us in terms of speech also. Look at the mechanism of the God, right? So beautifully made. And we are able to speak. So, we are literally like, orchestra. What is orchestra? Different people trying to play different instruments, isn't it? So also we are coming up with so many different sounds when I'm talking. Don't you see? I am able to produce a lot of words here by changing, shifting my tongue. Yes.
Nasal cavity, little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like, if you notice yourself while speaking, your tongue, your lips, your, your entire mouth is like, it's quite active. Have you noticed? Yeah. It's just like an orchestra. But one thing, the air should be expelled out. As you are talking, the air has to be coming out for the sound to be generated. That is the mechanism. Okay. And this sound, when it touches the vocal cords vibrate, and then the sound is produced. Now, this production of sound again comes back to the mouth, where the mouth, or it's, the tip of the tongue or the teeth or the buccal cavity or the upper palate, all these, kind of take part in it to produce that kind of a sound. Is that clear? Another thing, I just want to give you a fact. We all know that the vocal cords itself mean they're kind of strings, kind of a thing. Okay, they're muscular strings actually, in a shape of a muscular string. Right. Now these vibrate to produce sound. And this sound vibrations are measured in frequency. You all know that, right? Frequency. So the number of vibrations per second is called frequency. The vibrations in a second. Okay. Now, I think you can also feel this vibrations when you touch your, the throat there, which is actually called as the,
Glottis.
Yeah, Adam's
Glottis.
apple. Yes, they call it as Adam's apple. There's a kind of a protuberance. There's a protrusion on your neck, if you've noticed. Yeah, if you touch it, you can feel some kind of a vibration there, don't you? And if you've noticed, for some of the words, it's very, obvious. The vibration is quite obvious. You can really feel it. But some of the words and letters or whatever it is, you cannot. Yeah, the vibrations. Yes.
Singers have a
Yeah.
lot of use for this.
Yes.
Singers, yeah.
Yes, true. And some of them, if you've noticed, Adam's apple, some of them are, some people have it quite protruding on their neck, if you've noticed. Yeah, that's nothing but a vocal cord through which the sound is produced by the vibrations of the cords, right? Now, another thing I just wanted to, for your information. Now, when men speak, what is the frequency of the sound? Somewhere between 100 to 120 per second. Okay. But then again, when women speak, yeah, female voice, what is the frequency of a female voice? Male is 100 to 120. Females will be low or high?
High.
High, very high. So
High.
that's why it's like 150 to 200 per second, 165 to 255 also at times. Okay, it's quite high, higher than the male's voice frequency. Okay.
That's why
now,
in school, they call it, everyone likes to woman teachers.
Okay. Why? Because the pitch is high. Higher the frequency, greater is the pitch. Okay. Another thing I'll tell you, why we hate when children cry. You know something? The children's vibrations, the voice is like somewhere around 250 to 400, more than women's voice. You know that? And that is why, again, the greater pitch. The voice becomes more shrill, isn't it? So children, when they cry, don't you get irritated for some time? Yeah. You quickly want to pacify them. You just can't bear if the children is crying, if the child is crying. Haven't you noticed it? Yeah, that's because their frequency is again still higher than female frequency, the vibrations of the vocal cords. Okay. And that's how their voice is quite shrill. The frequency is high. So you should understand that is the pitch. Pitch is quite high. Now, you should always understand the difference between pitch and loudness. Loudness is different. Pitch is different. Pitch is when the frequency is too high, the high is the pitch, but the loudness will not be that great. So if it is loud, the pitch will be low, frequency will be low. Okay? Don't get confused between pitch and loudness. Clear, all of you? Right.
Madam, once you I am waiting.
Once repeat, madam. Once.
Okay. See, the frequency of the human voice, the sound frequency of human beings, male voice, female voice, and the child's is much greater than the female voice frequency. And it is somewhere around 250 to 400. Okay. Now this frequency, the greater the frequency, the higher is the pitch. Okay. Now, when the frequency is high, you cannot be loud. If you are louder, that means the frequency or the pitch will be low. Low pitch. How do I explain? You've heard about a shrill voice, a screeching and a shrill voice. It is so irritating. Yeah. So that is called high pitch.
Never get cold.
Yes. So that is like, a lot of vibrations and high pitch, but the loudness will be low. So when I say higher the pitch, that means greater is the frequency, a lot of vibrations. But when it comes to loudness, that is not so. When you have to talk about loudness, the vibrations reduce. Okay? Okay. Now moving on to the next concept. Here are the organs of speech.
Madam,
yes, ma.
In a second is called?
Number of what, ma?
Number of vibrations in a second is called?
Frequency.
Okay.
Per second. Okay, ma? Yes. Right. Now here we have organs of speech where 1 second. Right. They're actually, lungs. These are some of the areas of importance. Lungs push air out. Larynx, where voice box is located and where vocal cords modify air into sounds. Now, please remember, lungs, when they breathe out or breathe in, produce sound for us to speak. Please tell me.
Breathe out.
Breathe in, madam.
No, it's breathe out.
Breathe out, madam.
Exactly. Didn't I tell you in our offline classes, it is called as aggressive method, EG. Okay, aggressive. Right? And when you push air out, and then you are actually speaking, because while the air is coming out, only you are manipulating it, isn't it? The flow of air. When you are breathing in, you can never speak. Got my point? Yeah. Then larynx, where voice box is located. And no, you can try. Practically, you can try. See, when you're talking, you see, you're not breathing in. You're breathing out. Yeah, the air is coming out.
Yes.
Yeah, you can practically try. Never you breathe in. It's only aggressive. It comes out. Okay. Now, where larynx is what? It's where voice box is located and where vocal cords modify air into sounds. Now, then you have the vocal tract above the vocal cords where sound waves become recognizable speech sounds. Okay. Right. Now, place of articulation. When the air passes through the larynx and comes up towards mouth or the nose, the sound is produced. As a whole, sound is produced in somewhere in vocal tract. Now, please remember, just the production of the sound, we cannot speak. Okay? Please remember. Now, for example, when I am breathing out, I still want to make some sound. You've watched people screaming and shouting and yelling? Yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
At least screaming. How do they scream?
Screaming.
Without any words in it, but the sound comes up. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So in the vocal tract, sound is produced. From the lungs, the air is coming out. And you are trying to the vocal cords are vibrated. Hence, there is a sound. I mean, you will scream out top of your voice. That's it. There is no sound in it. There's no proper speech in it. Okay. Now vocal tract, what is a vocal tract? Oral and nasal cavity. You know that even nasal cavity is also an active articulator for the speech organ. Yes. There are certain speech sounds which have this, and sound, m sound and n sound. Okay.
And yes.
Yes. Plus vocal
some will speak nasal voice.
Exactly. Some of them have that kind of a yes, true, very true. I know. And one more fact about it. No two people can have the similar kind of a sound, this thing. But if you try to measure it, the frequency of the sound, not two people have the similar kind of a frequency of their sound. That's something very unique about it. And sometimes it does. You feel like, oh, somebody's voice, kind of similar to or so and so person, but not so. If you actually look at the graph of it, the frequency graph, you will find it there is a variation in it. Okay. And now phonetic symbols are enclosed within square bracket. Okay. This is something different. Okay, I'll need to move.
It's not square brackets, ma'am. Slanted.
Exactly. Yes. Slanted, or at times two slanted. It's used between, given between two slanted. This. Now look at these parts of the oral cavity. Now what is alveolar ridge? Upper lip. Can you see this? Yes. They are all passive articulators. Alveolar ridge, upper lip are passive articulators. Whereas, the lower lip, the tongue, okay, This is an active articulator. Why do I call this active? Because
They are moving.
very good. The lower jaw, the lower teeth, the lower lip, the lower tongue, it moves. Hence, it is active, right? Now, as air moves through larynx, it passes through vocal cords, right? If cords are relaxed and open, the sound is voiceless. If cords are closed and vibrating, the sound is voiced. Please remember, between the cords, the air moves. Now, when the cords are relaxed, that means they are not together. They are kind of relaxed. Then there is a sound, the sound which is produced when the cords are relaxed are usually voiceless sounds. Please remember, they are voiceless sounds. Now, if it is together, I mean, sometimes they are held very close together, and the vibrations, the sound which is produced from it are voiced. Now, for example, touch your throat and say S. There's a S sound. Can you see on the slide? Sense. Now you tell me which is a voiced sound and which is a voiceless sound. Do you feel the difference, or both are one and the same? You please tell me.
Sense.
Yes, is
Z
voiceless.
is not
Z
common.
is voiced.
Which is voiced?
Z is voiced.
Very good.
S is voice. S is madam.
S.
No, S is voiceless.
No, it's voiceless. Why? Because you can see it's quite soft when you pronounce it. S. See,
Yeah.
you can pronounce it.
S.
Z, you see, it's quite harsh. I mean, it is voiced. Okay, the vibrations, you can feel them if you just touch your throat. Okay. Now, the larynx is, again, a vocal box, voice box. And it's also called as an Adam's apple. Now, this is the articulatory system, the mouth, roof of the mouth, which consists of teeth, ridge, and that ridge is called alveolar ridge. Please remember. Okay. And alveolar ridge is the, the teeth, the upper teeth, just beneath the teeth, just behind the teeth, you have the hard palate or hard palate. Then you have soft palate. I mean, the soft palate is right behind hard, all on the upper jaw only. Okay. Then you have uvula. Uvula is nothing but a soft tissue where it tries to protect the food from entering the windpipe. No, when you are speaking, probably air is gushing out through your nasal cavity, the uvula will try to close the food pipe. Sometimes if you are eating, that will close the windpipe. So that's the thing.
Epiglottis.
Yes, you're right. Yeah. Then convex part near upper front teeth, alveolar ridge. Then concave bony surface, hard palate, soft and fleshy, soft palate, extreme end of the roof, uvula. Right. Now, if there is, if no parallelism between the written form and pronunciation of sounds, how can we study those speech sounds? Okay.
But PPT is not clear. Some matter is not clear. Common. Not clear. Yeah, minimize. There's a bigger.
Clear, ma'am. Clear. Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, now fine.
You got it? Oh, sometimes, net, this thing, no problem because of the net, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Now, as I told you, the, for the voiced speech sounds, okay, we come across the slide later, but then I just wanted to tell you, like we have b, the sounds of b, d, g, m, all these are voiced consonants, okay? And then there are speech sounds, or these phonemes called p, t, k, all these are voiceless, okay? Now coming to the parallelism, what does this mean? I mean, sometimes there is a problem between the same letter. I mean, for example,
bell sound is coming. Someone is making bells.
Okay. Let me just check.
Okay, now it's okay.
Fine. Now it's fine?
Fine.
Right. So now sometimes, if you've noticed in language, there's a kind of a distinction between letters and the speech sounds. Now, for example, just one example I'd like to give you. Century. It starts with C, isn't it? Now, how is it pronounced? What is the sound of this letter C there?
Yes, sir.
Sir sound. Sir. Okay.
Sir.
Century, sir. Now, again, same thing. I will use the word call. What is the spelling of call?
C-A-L-L.
C-A-L-L. Now, don't you see the difference? The same C here, it says sir. Here it says ka. Yeah? Did you notice this? Yeah, there is a kind of written form and the pronunciation, there's a variation. There's a difference. Another word, I'll give you one more example. Access. What's the spelling of access? Please tell me. A-C-C-E-S-S. Now, if you have noticed, there is a different sound for both the C's. One is ka and one is sa. Access. Did you notice?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very good. So here, another example I'll tell you. See, there is a variation. Okay. Now here again, when I say cat, rack, ka, accused, chemical, queen, king. See, all these come up with ka sound, isn't it? Hence, the symbol K is written there. Symbol which phonetic symbol is ka symbol. But they are pronounced with the letter C. In accused also it is C. In queen it is Q. But still I write K only for it as a symbol of pronunciation symbol. Then for king it is K, of course. And so this is the variation. So for this, then what are we supposed to do? Now this is the problem with the, kind of we are unable to sync the pronunciation with the written form, right? So the sounds of spoken English don't match up a lot of time with letters of English. So the solution to describe the sounds of a language like English is to produce a separate alphabet with symbols which represent sounds. Such a set of symbols is called the phonetic alphabet. Now we are coming to phonetic alphabet. Okay, got it? Why? Because unlike other languages, English is one language where the written form and the pronunciation differs a lot. Just now I've given you some examples. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, then we are moving into the phonetics, the study and classification of speech sounds. So this was brought up by the International Phonetic Alphabet, IPA, formulated by this association to have a system in which there was a one-to-one correspondence between each sound in language and each phonetic symbol. And that is the reason why we have only 26 letters. Okay? In alphabet, we have only 26 letters. But do you know how many sounds are produced with those 26 letters?
44.
44. Very good. Out of 24, 20 are vowel sounds and 24 are consonant sounds. Look at this. Why? Because you take, for example, one single letter A. A has so many other different variations in their sound pattern. Did you notice? Yeah. So now for every sound, you can't write A. Yes or no? Huh? So,
Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes different.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. You have a, you have a, you have, the apple.
Yeah.
Okay. And you have, then you have, there's so many sounds there. So that is the reason why 26 letters gave rise to 44 speech sounds. Okay. Now, each sound they wanted to transcribe. What is meant by phonetic transcription? That is the phone. Phone is what? The sound. The sound what you are hearing was given a shape. Okay. That was transcribed. Okay. Now, this is the sound we are getting from the speech. So what is the symbol for that? So they've given symbols to such kind of sounds. So that has become a phonetic transcription. Now, this is what I'm showing you a chart. I hope you all can see the chart here.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now, these are monophthongs, diphthongs. Okay. And the one which are in pink color, they are consonant sounds and the vowel sounds. Okay. Now, consonants are 24, whereas vowel sounds are 20, but they are divided into, right, 8 of diphthongs and 12 of monophthongs. Okay, and now we'll be doing what these consonant sounds are and what these vowel sounds are. Okay, now just have a look at this, right?
Monophthongs 12, diphthongs, madam?
Yeah. Diphthongs.
Diphthongs.
Monophthongs, diphthongs.
Diphthongs 8.
8.
And the remaining, madam, consonants.
Consonant sounds, which are like pinkish in color. Can you see?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Pa and pa, you can write pa, no?
Yes. Pa as P, B, yeah, B, T. Now, please do not pronounce it as P and B. Okay, you always have to say it in terms of sound because these are not alphabet letters, no? These are not letters. If they are letters, then you can say P, B, T, D. No, you have to always remember in phonetic transcription, the symbols are pronounced with their sounds. P, B, T, D, Ch, J. Can you see that? K, C-A-T, cat, but still the symbol is K. Did you notice that? It's not K, K, of course.
Yeah,
so please, yes. Always remember in a phonetic transcription, you have to pronounce it with their sound pattern. Okay? Right. Now here again, the same thing, but in words I've given actually. Okay? The long E sound, the small E sound, the short E sound, then the U sound, then the long U. If you notice it, every time the vowel which is long has 2 dots next to it. Yeah? Yes. So anything, a vowel with 2 dots next to it indicates that it's a long vowel. Okay? Right. Phonetics, as we know, it deals with production, transmission, and reception of all human speech sounds in general with no particular reference to any one language. Right. The phonology deals with the ways those sounds are organized in a particular language. It is subcategory of phonetics. Okay? Phonology, phonetics. Phonology is, it's kind of these phonetics or these symbols arranged in a proper order to produce some kind of a meaningful words, phonology, right? Now these are, are divided into 3, like, for example, articulatory phonetics. This is what we are actually studying in this unit. Okay, articulatory. How are we producing sounds and how are we pronouncing the words, articulating the words, the letters or sounds, sounds. So the study of how speech sounds are made of or articulated. Whereas acoustics it deals with the physical properties of speech as sound waves in the air, acoustics. Okay. Then auditory phonetics. Now these two we are not going to touch, acoustics and auditory. It deals with the reception via the ear of speech sounds. So we are going only with the articulatory phonetics. Now, vowels and consonants, we have just had a glimpse of it. Did we not see the chart, vowels and consonants? Yeah. Now what is, and another important point I want to tell you. Now when these sounds, which are of 44 in number, why did they have to divide it into vowels and consonants? Can somebody please tell me? There are 44 sounds, like in letters, 26, in alphabet you have 26. There is no bifurcation, but why the hell did they divide it like this into vowels and consonants of 44? Yeah, because their production, their articulation, vowels, yes, they have
place of articulation, manner of articulation.
Manner of articulation. Very good. Yes, exactly. Now, when for vowels, they're hardly stopped. There is no constriction. There is no restriction. There's no restriction at all for the flow of air. But still, we can pronounce a vowel sound. Whereas for consonants, do have a kind of restriction. Okay? So they keep on, they do kind of produce sound, but there is a kind of a stop at different places for the production of these consonant sounds. Whereas for vowel sounds, the flow is free, except
vowel sounds, ma'am, excuse me. Vowel
Yes.
sounds are produced freely, ma'am,
yes,
without
when
any obstruction.
without any obstruction. That is why they are vowel sounds.
So consonants are quite opposite of vowels.
Exactly. Very
Okay.
correct.
Any
Okay, there is
examples,
always
ma'am?
Amma?
Any examples can you say? Little bit.
Okay. You simple example. One letter of vowel, you tell me.
A.
Wow, very good. How did you pronounce it?
A.
No. Just A. A.
A.
What did you
A,
do? You just opened your mouth. Yeah. You said
Yeah.
A. Ah.
A.
Yeah.
Yes.
And okay. Now I'll give you a consonant sound. I'll say B. Now this is a letter B. What is the consonant sound of B?
B only. B double.
No.
B
B.
only.
When
Ba,
you say
ba,
B, are you not stopping it with your lips? The airflow. Yeah, to make that sound B. Did you notice it?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes. So for consonants, sounds, there is always a restriction of the air flow, whereas for vowels, but you might be wondering, madam, when vowels are not restricted, then how are we able to pronounce different vowel sounds? Yes, there are 20 monophthongs, right? 20 vowel sounds, out of which 12 are monophthongs, and we are able to do it. That we'll learn it in the next slide. Okay, I'll tell you. Otherwise, if at all we are unable to make specific sounds by these vowels, it will be one common sound coming up from our mouth, isn't it? Yes or no?
Yes.
So we learn as to how these vowel sounds also come up with different sound patterns. How do we, though we are not restricting the airflow, but what is it, that mechanism which is taking place in our mouth, where we are able to produce some kind of a sound and a shape to a vowel sound. Okay, right.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes. Please tell me.
Why are vowels means why are they divided into two monophthongs and
Diphthongs. Okay.
Yes.
See, mono means what?
One.
Single.
So when you pronounce these sounds, they're just of the single sound only. For example, beat. When I say beat, B and T are consonants. In between, you have the vowel sound. What is that? E sound. Which sound is that? Huh? Tell me.
Monophthong.
E. No. Don't tell me monophthong. It's a vowel sound. Just tell me it is a vowel sound. Beat. Okay. Now, another word I'll tell you. I'll tell you another word. Diphthongs means, means? Two. That means in monophthongs, you get to hear only one sound pattern only, like one vowel pattern only. Whereas in diphthongs, you will get to hear, it's like they're also called gliding vowels, gliding sounds. From one vowel to another vowel, you glide. The tongue glides from one vowel sound to another vowel sound. For example, I'll say the word daily. Now, you all say it in a casual way. In an Indian English, you say just daily. But actually, do you know how do you pronounce day? Daily. A. Can you see that? A.
Yes.
There is an A. There is an E. It is D. Diphthongs. Die. Two sounds you get to hear in that vowel sound.
Two sounds mean diphthong. One is vowel, one is consonants. Or
No. Both are vowels. See, ma.
Both are vowels.
See, ma.
Two
In vowel
different
sounds
vowels.
only. Yeah. In vowel sounds
Sounds
only.
are two
One is
different
mono,
vowels.
one is diphthong.
Yeah.
Mono is single. See, for example, when I say beat, bit, sit, E. There's only E and E.
Single vowel.
Then when I say owl, it's a diphthong. Owl. You get house, mouse. Yeah, first of all, you figure out the vowel sounds in those, words actually. Mouse, ow. You got my point? Those are diphthongs. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Pull and pull.
Pull again, it is just O only. O only.
Pool.
Just O. Then when I say pool, fool, oo, long O, but it's not diphthong. It's still again a monophthong only, but it's a long one. When is a diphthong sound comes in? When the vowel sound glides from one sound to another.
Two vowel sounds.
Okay, then it is diphthong. Okay, yeah, right. Don't worry, we come across those. Don't worry, we'll be doing monophthongs and diphthongs. Okay, now we are talking about, now please focus on consonant sounds. Okay, one is, how do we classify consonant sounds? Please concentrate on these consonant sounds. Based on the consonant sounds are, how are they classified? Whether they are voiced or voiceless. Okay, and the place of articulation. Okay, and the manner of articulation. Okay, now these are the three parameters. Accordingly, these consonants are classified. Okay, let me just show you. Okay, this I think voiced and voiceless, I already told you, right? Now look at these sounds which are called voiceless and voiced sounds. Can you have a, can you just see this slide here? Can you watch? Can you see? Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Please pronounce it with the sounds. No, p, f, t, s, ch, k, th. Then voice sounds. Now, as you're pronouncing, you can even put your hand on your throat and check whether they're voiced or voiceless. B, v, d, j, yeah, g, d. Yes. Yes. Got it? Shall I move on to the next slide?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So here, when I say manner of articulation, right. Right. Now, on the, what do I mean by manner of articulation? Yeah, what do I mean by?
How they are produced.
Very good. How is that? How the sounds are produced, and what is that actually, when the sound is produced, I mean, what kind of a mechanism is happening in the oral cavity? That's a manner of articulation. Articulation means you speak out, isn't it? The manner of production of that sound. How is it produced? So basically, according to that, the consonants are divided into plosive, nasal, fricative. One second. Yeah, you can open your textbook to page number, manner of page 87, manner of articulation. Okay?
Okay.
Right. So they are plosives, affricates, fricative, nasals, flaps, laterals, frictionless constituents, and semi-vowels. Okay. Please remember, now these sounds are called as plosives. The consonant sounds are called as, some of them are called as plosives, some are called as affricates, some are fricatives. Why is that division? Why is that classification of consonants done? Because that is how, the sound, the method of that production of the sound happens. Okay. Now, for example, I'll give you one example for plosive. Okay. Where the sound is produced by stopping the airflow in the vocal tract. Okay. Now, for example, P, T, K, B, and G. Now, these are called plosives. Why are these consonant sounds called plosives? Because of their manner of articulation. That means the airflow is not smooth. I mean, they kind of stop it. Yes. There is a now, for example, one word you pronounce and see.
Give me one example.
P. That's a plosive. That's a plosive. Okay. T is a plosive. Yeah. K is a plosive. B is a plosive. G is a plosive. Why? The air is stopped for a while. Did you notice to produce that sound? Have you noticed it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Yeah. Moving on to the next one. Affricates. The consonant sounds. Which are the ones which are called affricates? Yeah. Cha. Okay, I'll show you. Okay. You know, the affricates are cha and ja. These are consonant sounds produced with a kind of a structure of complete closure and slow release. They are called affricates. Now, if you notice the difference between a plosive and affricate, in plosive the air is stopped, but whereas in affricates it is stopped and it is released slowly. It is released slowly. For example, chair. Did you notice? You're stopping and releasing also. Jail. Can you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And there is a slow release. Jaw. అంటే లేదమ్మా అట్లా కాదు నేను చెప్పేది ఏంటంటే ఇది కూడా ప్లాజివ్ లాగానే గాలిని ఆపుతుంది కానీ ఎక్కువసేపు ఆపి పెట్టదు. I mean, it will release the air, but slowly. Okay, ma? Okay. You got it? For example, now I'll tell you, chudandi, plosive. It's like a blast only. You know, pa.
Yes.
Yeah? Blow ayipoyinattuga undi. Huh? Then you see this cha. It's like, cha. You are, you are trying to stop at the same time you are releasing also cha.
Yes,
yeah, that is affricate. So plosives, affricates. What are the consonant sounds which are called fricatives? It is you are produced by forcing air through a narrow channel made by placing two articulators close together. Now these sounds are articulated with a structure of close approximation. Now there are 9 distinctive fricatives in English language. Now for example, the best example is fur. Now look at this. Here we are not stopping, but we are trying to narrow down the passage for the sound to be emitted. You see? Yeah? Fur. As in face. Vein. We are not stopping it, please. But we are trying to touch our lower lip with the upper lip with the lower lip. Upper teeth with the lower lip. Okay?
Sun.
Yeah. Fur. Ver.
Saw.
Sure. Hey, I think you can see some examples on the slide where you have fricative. And there's a, the word itself will tell you. Fricative, there's a kind of a friction. The word itself suggests that there's a kind of a friction. Fan, fire, friction. Can you see that friction? That's a fricative sound. Okay, fricative. Consonants which fall under this category are, what are they? Fur, ver, yeah, the, s, z, yeah, all these. Now next, then you have then you have the nasals. What are nasals? Yeah, the volume is lowered and air passes through the nasal cavity. Air, instead of coming out from the mouth, it goes into the nasal cavity and comes from there, and the production of the sound happens there. So such kind of consonants which happen with the nasal are called, nasal consonants, such as m sound, and n sound, and ng. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Night, mother, sing, raining. Don't you see? It is like, it's the sound's supposed to be coming out from your
Nose.
nasal cavity. Did you notice that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So the consonant is of the nasal, right? Then you have the lateral. Okay. Now the lateral is, I'll tell you in simple terminology, where there's a partial closure and airstream flows around the sides of the tongue as tongue tip makes contact with the alveolar ridge. For example, L sound. Okay, I will not say it as L. I'll say L sound. Light, light. Now just say this low, low, L. Anything where you see L, the tip of the tongue touches the ridge of your alveolar ridge, upper side, but the air is escaping from the sides of the tongue. Okay, and that is called lateral. Okay, then
letter L.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Most of the words letter L it starts.
Yes, exactly. Why
Like
most? It's from L, with L only, of course. Correct. You're right. Okay.
What is affricates, madam? Affricates.
No, I have given you about lateral. Just now, L
lateral.
thing is lateral.
Okay. Lateral finished, madam.
Yes.
Affricate.
Affricate, we've finished, no?
Yes.
We finished. Right. So now we finished plosives, we finished affricates, we finished nasals. There is something called roll. Roll in your textbook. Roll is what? For example, it's also known as a trill. Please remember, there's another word for this roll, certain consonant, especially the R sound. I will not say R, but it's R sound. Okay. Now, it is like trill sounds that are produced with a stricture of intermittent closure and called trills or rolled consonants. Like, for example, when you are pronouncing this R sound, if you notice the tongue, there is a kind of a continuous intermittent closure. I mean, it's like it will be hitting the upper palate. Have you noticed? I mean, you just can't figure it out, but still you can notice that the tongue is vibrating. Yes. For the R sound. Okay, and that is called the roll, the consonant.
Tongue twisting.
Tongue twisting. No. R. Okay, that's rolled consonants. Okay, now coming to the flap. Now as roll is called a trill, flap is called a tap. Okay, it's called the tap. So for example, I'll tell you why is it called a flap, because it will just what is the difference? The basic difference is a roll consists of several taps, but a flap has a single tap. Okay, and that's why it's called a flap. Okay, for example, very. What does it mean, very? Now here I'm also pronouncing the R sound, R sound, but am I kind of hitting it again and again? Just once and for all. Flap, tapping it. Very. Pronounce very. The word very. Very.
Very. Two words, madam. Very.
Very. Or merry. If I say merry. Okay. It's a flap. It's a flap there. Okay. So sometimes it can be a roll or a trill. Sometimes the consonant can be a flap when the R sound comes in between the word. When the R sound, the word begins with the R sound, it is always a roll. But when it is in the middle of the word, it's a flap. Okay, please remember. So lateral we finished, fricative we finished. Fricative is like a friction. Okay. Right. Then we have this semi-vowel. Okay. Now what is this semi-vowel? Now for example, yes.
Rolled cons.
Yeah, I didn't get you.
Rolled consonants. In rolled consonants, the belongs to only letter R or anything else which is
no, no, it's r. Yeah.
Which sounds with R.
Yes. Yes. But please remember, again, I'm telling you, when r sound is in the beginning of the word, it is the roll or the trill. Okay. But when it is in the middle, it is either a flap, yeah, or a tap. Based on the please, somebody, please kindly mute your mics. Okay, another one last one, please listen, semi-vowels. Now, this is actually a consonant, but it acts like a vowel. You know why? Look at this. Yet, water. Here, this is produced with the tongue in motion from and to a vowel position. You know, ye, e, a, I, o, u. Yeah, water also, wa, wa. You put your lips together. You bring them together, wa. Isn't it? So they are called semi-vowels. Okay?
Yellow also.
Yeah. Right.
Matter.
Now, next it is place of articulation. Now, so far, when the air is been, is been gushed out, the various spots where, how it has been released by what kind of a strictures and constrictions we have seen. So that is called as manner of articulation. Now, the next one is place of articulation. Okay. So this feature that is... Now, the place of articulation refers to the place in the vocal tract where there is the greatest constriction to airflow. Okay. Now, the degree to which the air is constricted is not the same for all consonants. So, place of articulation refers to the place of maximum constriction, but that maximum constriction may be more or less depending on the consonant in question. Right.
Some people will speak and they are afraid they cannot speak. They got fear.
Oh, yes, of course.
In language sense, some people cannot speak.
Yes, very correct. Because I'll tell you, English is a foreign language, right?
Yeah.
And basically from India, we've got so many other languages and we also have this mother tongue influence over English language. So never can we speak up to the level of a native English speaker. There is always a variation in speaking English. Not only that, we have a kind of a fear. We feel very, we always withhold ourselves. We feel that, oh, maybe I might go wrong. Maybe I can make some grammatical mistakes, or maybe my pronunciation is not correct. So you feel it because it's a foreign language, right? And you are not very confident about it. So hence there is a fear of that. That's very natural, but you have to overcome that. Whatever may be the pronunciation, whatever it is, with slightest grammatical errors, you can still speak, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, you can do it. Unless and until you shed that fear, you will not gain that kind of a confidence to speak this language. Okay, right. Yeah. Now, place of articulation, the consonants. 1 second. Right. Now here, on the basis of their place of articulation in the mouth, consonant sounds can be classified as bilabial. Here bilabial, the sounds which are performed using both upper and lower lips. Now again, I'll give you an example of p, b, m, very good. V. Very good.
L also, ma'am.
L, no. It's not bilabial. See, please remember, labial means lips. Bilabial means two lips. Then how can you say that L is of bilabial? Are we using two lips to pronounce this letter,
Sorry.
this sound? No,
Ma,
no.
ma, ma, ma'am. Ma.
Yeah. Ma. Very good. So, bilabials. That means it's a place from which place are we articulating this particular consonant sound? Okay, bilabials. So certain consonants, as she rightly told just now, p, b, m, all these are bilabials. Okay, the next one is labiodental. Now please tell me what is labio? Just now I told you. Labio, just lip.
Lips.
Dental, teeth.
Teeth.
So here, while pronouncing this consonant sound, one side of the lip and the other side of the teeth are the articulators. Okay, that's the place where the consonant sounds are produced. So tell me, what are the labiodental, when the lower lip and the upper teeth are used to utter a consonant, as in? F. Very good. F, V, F, V,
Wow.
V. No, lower lip and upper teeth. Okay.
Teeth.
Very good. Now coming to the dental. When I said dental?
Teeth.
Very good. Dental, they're produced by the tip of the tongue against the upper teeth. Against the upper teeth. Okay? Dentals. Now here teeth are involved in producing this kind of a sound. So like for example,
T.
th.
The.
Yes. The. Th. If you notice, the tip of the tongue is touching the upper teeth. No?
Yes.
For producing these sounds. The next we have alveolar. It's like we get the sounds formed with the front part of the tongue on the alveolar ridge. Okay. Like for example, s, z, n,
R.
l. Yeah, r also. R. What is this alveolar ridge? The place right behind your, the front part of the teeth. Okay. You find some hard grooves in that palate. Did you notice it? That's kind of, upper jaw. Yeah, correct. Okay. Yeah. Now you have alveopalatals. Yeah, the sounds produced with the tongue at the very front of the palate near the alveolar ridge. Like for example, you have ch, yeah, and j, sh, yeah, ch, j, all these are palato alveolar. Yeah. Okay, right. Then you have velars, the sounds produced with the back of the tongue against the velum. I mean, let me tell you, you really have to be a phonetician to know exactly what is happening inside your oral cavity. I mean, how these, articulators are actually undergoing this kind of a mechanism. I mean, orally, that has to be done practically. But while we are learning, it's a bit difficult to, associate those kind of sounds where and all it is happening, right? Now, velar, if produced by the back of the tongue against the soft palate, as in, for example, k, g, ing. Yes, k, g, ing. Very good. Next is glottal. Glottal, the sounds produced without the active use of the tongue and the other parts of the mouths. So it's like glottal means just the two vocal cords move. Yes, very good. Glottis, yeah. The two vocal cords move close and leading to a narrowing of the air passage in the throat. One of the consonant which is like h, yeah, the sound of h, h. Okay, house, h. That is the reason why sometimes we consider this to be a vowel sound. H, an honest man. We say an honest man. We don't usually pronounce this ha, hut, horrible. Okay. So the her sound, which is a glottal. Clear? So
Yes.
this is, now whatever we learned just now, it is, what is it called? Place of
Articulation.
articulation. Which are the places which are involved in producing these sounds? Manner of articulation is what?
Plosives, affricates,
How is the
fricates.
air? Is it partially released? Is it completely released? Or is it completely
Friction.
stopped? Or is there a friction? Okay. Or is it released from the side of the tongue? Or is it hitting the roof constantly? Or just a flap or a tap? So all this is called the manner of articulation. Place of articulation is what we have done just now. Please remember those. Okay. Right.
And how can I get these notes, madam?
They are very much there in your textbook, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, some figures are not clear.
Okay, I'll
but
do one thing. I'll share the slides after the sessions. You know, all these 8 sessions. I'll definitely share these. Okay, I'll do that. Yeah. Right. Now we are coming to the vowels. Yes. Now monophthongs are also called as pure vowels. Why are they called pure vowels? Tell me.
Single vowel.
Very good.
Participating.
Very good. Why? Because?
First using.
Yes. And they have no other sound along with it, isn't it? And there, how many are there, monophthongs?
12.
12. Very good. Okay. Now, for example, pin, pet. Okay. Men. Okay. Then cup, hat. It's not hat, I think so. It's hat. Wood, above. Look at the transcription.
Middle part is not visible, ma'am.
Oh, which one?
The middle part, white one, white font.
So oh, yes. There is something on that, right? Okay. I had to change the font actually. Sorry.
That is 5 long vowel, something it is written, I don't know.
Right.
Yes. Now it is visible.
Now it's visible.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. So here it is like, hold on. I'll just change the color of the font. Yeah?
Yes.
Now,
okay.
See, out of 12 pure vowels or monophthongs, again, it is like 7 short vowels and 5 long vowels. Why are they called long? You all have in Telugu also, no? Telugu or Hindi. Dirgalu and, long, E, all these. Yes, O. All these are long vowels, 5. Then you have these short vowels. Okay? O, A.
Short vowels.
Yes, these are all short. Okay? Next.
Ma'am,
Yes.
in the examples, how will pronounce the third word, ma'am? Man or mean?
Which one?
Third one.
Man.
Third one.
See, I'll tell you something. There is your phonetic transcription clearly given in your textbook. So for both consonants and vowels, I want you all to familiarize yourself with these transcriptions. It will be of great use. I mean, you'll be able to, decode these kind of transcriptions. You will be able to comprehend these transcribed words like this. For us, when you are not aware of these symbols, you find it like as if it's Greek and Latin, isn't it? It's very difficult to figure out without the help of somebody, right? So, right. I'll give you the page number also. All these vowel sounds and consonant sounds with their symbols, it's been given there.
Ma'am, if you could share that page in PPT, it could be.
Yes, definitely. I will.
Because
of
we
course.
don't have textbooks, so we'll.
Oh, okay, okay, great. I'll share. Definitely, I'll share the PPT.
Okay,
Right? Yeah. So here, now you just now asked for what is that, madam, that man or men. Now look at the CAT cat, the last row. Yeah, a sound. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes,
Now, yes.
Cat.
Yeah.
Cat.
So the first one is E, then the next one is I, then O, O, okay, E, E and it's teacher, then yeah.
this letter I have to learn it, madam. How
Yes,
can we?
yes, you have to.
Yeah.
These script, these
Yeah,
symbols of the sounds you have to. Then it will be very useful for you. Whenever you kind of read it, you'll understand how to pronounce it. What is phonetic symbol? It's nothing but you are actually seeing it with your eyes, how to pronounce that particular sound, isn't it? I mean, the sound is being visible to us. That is what is phonetics. Making the sound visible. We hear the sound. We know the natural mechanisms. We hear the sound. But here we are able to see the sound in phonetic transcription. So we have to learn those symbols and it will be of great use for you. Okay? Right. Now coming to the diphthong. So if we talk about by word definition, it comes from the Greek word diphthongs, means having two sounds. So sounds formed by the combination of two vowels in a single syllable in which the sound begins as one vowel and moves towards another, and that is called diphthongs. Okay. And they're also called gliding vowels. Okay. Vowel glides. They are 8 in number. Again, is there something in the middle? No. I don't think so.
There is.
You sure?
It's not visible, ma'am.
Yeah,
Ma'am,
you're
make
right.
it red in color, ma'am. Red in color, red.
Red, all the font.
Okay, ma'am. Blue is
Okay,
No,
okay.
no, the middle one,
Only the middle one?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Right. Right?
Yes.
You can see? Right.
Yes.
Now this is the gliding vowels. Okay. Right. So they are also called.
For using this structures only, you can use the sound.
Okay, you want to hear the audio also along with it? You mean to say that?
Yeah, EI. That means
that
pay.
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I'll try to get an audio also for these. Okay. I'm sure that will be of great help. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, madam, I'm asking the script. Script where I can learn means through that script only. We can speak out.
Yeah. See, listen. You are speaking. You are speaking. You are using these sounds and these scripts only. But when you are supposed to write, then you find it difficult because we are not used to write this phonetic script. We are not used to. Okay?
Sure.
Yeah. So we only know about A, B, C, D and up to Z. We know those letters, but not these. Yes. This is quite, you have to practice it, but that's not not very difficult. You all can master it. Yeah.
Time is less, madam, to learn.
Yes. Okay. What's the time? It's time now?
No, not now, but practicing is done.
Okay. Got it. Yeah, I understood what you said. Right. So anyhow, okay. So diphthong, I think I'll wind up now. Not exactly now, but right. So here, so this is about the diphthongs. So can I start this tomorrow again from diphthongs? I'll stop. Yes. That's better. I feel so.
Yeah. So you can audio also good if it is possible.
Oh, yes.
The other one is monophthong. How should we pronounce it?
Let me tell you. It's monophthong.
Monophthong. Okay. Monophthong.
Okay. Monophthong and diphthong. Yeah. Okay. Right. So I think I'll take it up tomorrow. Let me not put everything in a day because hardly 5 to 6 minutes or 8 minutes at the most left out. So tomorrow I'll start again and try to finish word accent as well as intonation. Okay. Now, so far we are done till monophthong. So diphthong will take it up tomorrow. And that is quite simple. It's quite simple. Yeah. Now look at these words. No, just the words. Okay. I'll show you once again. I'll just share it. The last slide I'll try to share. Okay.
And exam point of view also you can share.
Oh, definitely. I'll tell you.
What type of business?
Yeah. I'll try to make it very easy for you. Don't worry.
Ma'am, it's a request. Can you recap a quick recap for today's session, ma'am? A quick.
Okay, right. It was all about phonetics. Okay, phonetics, speech sounds. Okay, and we all know there are, otherwise you do one thing. Tomorrow you will log in, right? I'll anyhow do a recapitulation tomorrow.
Okay, ma'am. No
yeah,
problem.
that will be, I mean, then there is a continuation of that again.
Sure.
What do you suggest?
Okay. No, actually, I was talking about the slides, ma'am. If you do a quick recap on some first slide, so just.
Oh, okay. Right. I'll do one thing. Tomorrow, as soon as you join, I'll start from the beginning. Okay. And quickly try to share it. All the slides. Then I'll take up the next part of. Yeah. Please tell me.
No problem.
No problem, madam. There is a group now. You can.
Oh, yes, Deepika is there. No, Deepika, I can share it with her and she'll definitely put it in your WhatsApp group. That's what I've been doing, right? Earlier also.
Okay.
Yeah. And do you have any queries, ma?
Ma'am, Deepika is in which group, ma'am? We are not. Previous week also we have discussed. Even Megan also. I think you have taken her name, no, ma'am? We don't know in which group.
Yes. Can anybody tell me? Is she not in your group, ma?
No.
No? Are you sure?
Yes, ma'am. She's in. I think so. She's in offline classes group.
Which classes?
Offline classes.
No. That's what I'm telling. Are you not the students of the offline classes?
No, ma'am.
Nobody is here of the offline class?
No, ma'am.
No.
How is that possible?
Ma'am, you teach for Hyderabad group, ma'am?
Yes, of course. Oh, you're from various districts and all,
yes,
you've joined it?
Yes, ma'am.
Share the notes, PPTs and all. But no one is accepting our request. So we are asking repeatedly for every class we are having a request. I'm paying a request.
About what?
PPTs, ma'am, to share the
PPTs. Okay.
Staying in the group.
Okay. One more thing. Are you not in any of the groups? In WhatsApp group?
But no.
No, Deepika is not there.
Yes.
Okay. Deepika is not there. And any other person, because I hear a familiar voice from here. I think, are you sure? Who is that?
Diana, maybe.
How about you?
Yeah, my voice also familiar. Yeah. But I don't have any group, madam. I'm only joining like link only.
Okay. You're Sandeep Reddy, yeah? What's your name?
My name is Prasad.
Prasad, were you not there in the class, ma? Offline class? Were you there?
Yeah, I'm away from the. I'm Andhra, madam, Guntur.
Okay. Got it. Right. So you don't have to worry. I'll definitely share the PPTs with you. Okay, not with Deepika, of course. As you said, you all don't belong to any of the groups. Yeah. So one of you kindly give me your contact number where I can share it to that. Or maybe I'll do one thing. I'll prepare the links and post it in the chat group here in the screen itself. On the screen, in the chat box. Then I think from there you can take it, isn't it?
Yes,
please get it done, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Welcome.
Ma'am, can you get it done by tomorrow, ma'am? It would be very helpful for us.
tomorrow, what is it? You mean to say the slides, huh?
Yes, ma'am, that PPT is.
Tomorrow, because I'm continuing with this thing, because it's
Okay,
a Google thing.
okay,
Oh,
okay, ma'am.
yeah, I'll share it at the end of the session. Right? Okay, I'll try my best to share it tomorrow in the chat thing. Okay, somebody has already shared the WhatsApp thing. Whose is
One will.
Huh.
Yeah, you can send it to that number, ma'am. Now with the ones and the one link is provided, ma'am. You can share in that group at least.
Okay,
so that we
and
can share.
Yeah, there's one phone number also somebody shared. Maybe that also I can use, or the WhatsApp group also I will try to do it. Okay. And
okay, ma'am.
Okay. Had your lunch, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Nice.
Ma'am, last 2 weeks, last 2 classes we did not have, ma'am, criticism. We do not do we have this class or not. If suppose if you after when you leave, na ma'am, we don't know whether the class it is there or
that
not.
class is there or not. You all know. I have no idea about it.
To we have to consult, ma'am. We are struggling so hard. We wanted to go ahead. To whom we have to ask, we don't know.
Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll just talk with these university people and find out whether that is there or not. Okay. Are you sure that it is not happening?
Yes, ma'am. Last time we were class only. We were in the meeting, but host is there, but they're not talking. We are there for more than an hour.
Oh my God.
End of the session, they have left the meeting.
Okay.
Is there a problem from our side or their side? We doesn't know. But the class is going on, but they are not speaking.
Oh. Okay. Where is that class going on?
That class is very important for us, ma'am. That literacy criticism.
Literary criticism. Okay.
Yes, but it will be very helpful, ma'am, if you can do so.
Definitely. I'll talk to the HOD ma'am as well as the the university people, concerned authorities, and get back to you. Okay. Tomorrow anyhow we have a class. So I'll start with the first slide as in recapitulation and then go with my next unit. Okay, ma'am? From diphthongs, I'll be continuing tomorrow. Okay, then. Yes. Tell me, ma'am, what is your doubt?
Yeah, ma'am. Actually, these people are worried about the WhatsApp group. I believe that every study center has their own group, ma'am. It's better if they call their study center and ask them to add in the group. That would be helpful for them. Why? Because
no, the study center doesn't have any group as such. It's your student group itself. They are kind of creating such WhatsApp groups. Study center never has that. It's only a common setup they have, like the administration wing, where you have to contact them for anything. Otherwise, they don't have a group as such.
Okay.
Thank you for understanding.
So for information, they can call the study center, no, ma'am. So they will guide them for all these things.
Yes, you can definitely. If you have some study center and you have their contact number or something, yeah, welcome, dear. All those
Swati is worried in every class, so that is the reason I'm asking her to call
I
to
understood.
study center and let her know.
Yes, better, please. Just try out, reach out.
Yeah, the members of the group, but here no one will provide the notes for us.
Oh, okay.
That is the reason we are asking repeatedly.
Madam, what is the last date of submission of assignment 1?
Was it not informed?
20th June.
20th June. Okay.
Both 1 and 2.
Okay.
Yes, both.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, taking time, lot of time. Thank you.
Yes, most welcome. Yeah. So tomorrow we'll meet up again. Okay. Right. Let us disperse now.
Thank you, madam.
Welcome. Yeah.